This is the guts of a really early, circa late 2006, early 2007 kilowatt. I'm doing this because Connor Wolf did a teardown of a much more recent one, and the basic design of the thing was absolutely horrible. And this one seems substantially better made, although granted that this thing is 6.5 years old, that's kind of to be expected. One of the very, very early ones. This particular one looks to have all the analog guff on the mains board, the one that has the, this is the contact set for the receptacle, which is molded into the case, as well as the plug prongs, which just protrude out the back. And all the analog guff is on this board. Like there's a LM2902, this time through hole. This whole board is through hole, and that one is surface mount. And this particular one seems to have a provision for a relay, so that one of the options would be turning the receptacle on and off. And there's a number of unused segments on the liquid crystal display, and they include things like receptacle on off or something of that nature. But again, that's just stuff that wasn't really implemented, and those are just bridged across little wire jumpers. And there's nothing on the underside of this board except for a couple of traces, which are, like this one, fairly obviously hand soldered with just extra solder put on. There's also a current shunt. It looks a bit bigger than the one Connor Wolf did, and judging by the solder marks, the calibration on this particular one probably is how much of this pokes through the board and where the solder connections are made. And there's probably also calibration constants in the what's probably an E-squared prom there that I'll get to in a bit. Again, bunch of 1% tolerances. There's probably legit ones in this case, because one common thing you see in lots of really crappy Chinese stuff is fake 1% tolerances that aren't within the 1% specification. And because you can get them for extremely cheap in China, but you can also see that there's also some regular 5% ones on there. That cap for the capacitive dropper, as well as a current limiting resistor there, 100 ohm. Says it's the next one, whether or not it's fake or not, don't know. Yichan, generic Chinese electrolytic to be expected. Transistor of some sort. Is that? Okay, it says 78L05. That's the 5-volt supply for the micro. And that looks to be pretty much all the interesting stuff on this particular board. Then there's the board that has a liquid crystal display on it, as well as the micro, and probably an E-squared prom of some sort. This particular one, unlike the one in Connor Wolf's thing, it is I think a QFP instead of a COB. But because their makers are a bunch of trolls, it's one of the completely unmarked ones. It isn't just a regular off-the-shelf one that was scrubbed. This was special ordered with no markings on it whatsoever. That's probably some really crappy Chinese one that has no onboard memory whatsoever, except for maybe some RAM. Hence the externally squared prom for the program, and probably calibration constants for some of the other stuff. And there's a 4,194,304 cycle per second crystal, same oddball frequency as the one in Connor Wolf's video. That probably has something to do with the mains frequency analysis, because I know that this thing does do true root mean square analysis of waveforms, even non-sinusoidal ones, because I was using this for the calibration of my inverter project, which is just ST3524 PWM chip, couple of FETs, because I didn't need any FET drivers because I'm only running the thing at 100 odd cycles per second, and a mains transformer, like that one there. And beeper, current limiting resistor, and doesn't look to be that much else actually. It's a lot better, much better made one than the one I kind of wolfed did a teardown of. I don't know if there might be any mains potential stuff on this, but possibly not, because all the analog guff, or at least all the pre-processing is done right here. At least, hopefully that's how they're doing it.